Hey everyone, I'm Nate, and today we're going to be rockhounding another BLM public land lot a bit west of where we normally rockhound. I don't really need the rocks, but we're losing public land really quickly over here in our area, and in our area is seemingly the only locale in which I can find the jasper conglomerate that I really love. It's an awesome material. I'll show some of that on the screen right now, cut up and polished. But anyway, nobody else at the Gem and Mineral Club that I go to has seen this material. I can't find any of it online, and so I really want to look for as much of it as I can before we lose all of these public lots. So anyway, let's get started. Today we are at the corner of Blue Diamond and Durango, again a bit west of where we normally hound, so we're just really checking it out, seeing what we can find up here, and let's get started. So we're starting off at the corner. I guess this would be the northwest corner of this northwest corner lot. And, ooh, look at that. Already. What do we have here? Piece of, I would call that carnelian, to be honest. Unfortunately though, like most other, like translucent chalcedony in our area, it's got a bunch of fracture lines in it. So I don't really know if I can cut anything, but it would probably go really nice in a tumbler. Wow, pretty nice orange. So this lot already is showing quite a bit of color. I just hope we can find some higher quality stuff that's not all fractured up. But that is a nice first find. Actually, not quite the first. As we were walking to this corner of the lot, I did find, if I can pull it out, found this little chunk here as well. Come on. Really thin sliver, but it's got that orange color as well. And it looks really high quality. I don't see any fractured lines in it. It kind of reminds me of opal, though I know it's chalcedony. But yeah, I mean, already we're seeing quite a bit of orange out here. Pretty nice. Also, I forgot to mention, yesterday it rained quite a bit here in Vegas, and so today is going to be perfect for rockhounding because the ground is still a bit wet, and so it's going to accentuate those colors a little bit, make it a little easier to find awesome stuff. She said, look what I found. What'd you find? Oh, what is that, actually? Jasper and chalcedony. That might look really nice if we slice it open. Can't really tell right now, but yeah, that might go really good on the slicer. Nice. I have been seeing a lot of little flashes of bright orange. That is, I would call that carnelian. I mean, it's not super translucent, but light definitely passes into it, maybe through it. Yeah, I'd call that carnelian. I don't know, what about you guys? Either way, quite nice color. I just wish it was bigger. Hopefully we can find some bigger stuff. And over here, got another chunk. This one's not quite as orange, but yeah, I'll probably leave that one. It's got quite a bit of pits in it. Won't really be able to make anything out of that. What is this? This looks like a interesting red jasper with some iron concretion in there. Probably hematite, maybe? Nice color, but it's so small. It's almost translucent jasper. I might just keep that, throw it in the tumbler. Make some tiny, really colorful jasper pebble mixture. Okay, that's pretty nice. Another chunk of, I would call that carnelian. Nice, there's a lot of carnelian and other orange chalcedonies up here. I mean, granted, most of them are pretty small, but down where, closer to where we live, there's not so much orange out here. Oops, it dropped. Or out there, I mean. But to make up for it, we have the jasper conglomerate that we can find once in a while. These little trees or plants are pretty cool. I forgot what they're called exactly. I'll have to look it up and put the info in the video. But these you'll see not super commonly out in the desert, but it's cool to see out in a just a public lot that is in the city. Just kind of a sign of no development and little disturbance. These plants are pretty fickle, I believe. It's always nice to see in the city. Interesting jasper. Orangish. And I guess I'll keep that. Probably just tumble it. I feel like this is unlocking childhood memories. I remember seeing these things as a kid, but I have no idea what they are. I don't remember. Is it just a container? I don't think it opens. I really wish I could figure that out. Maybe I'll just like smash it open, I guess. Wow. That's a tough little ball there. I can't break that open, but I dented it a little bit. I don't know. I remember this as like seeing this as a little kid. But I totally forgot they exist. I have no idea what that is. Anybody know? It's metal and it spins freely, but it doesn't unscrew. It doesn't screw open. Nope. Very strange. What do we have here? Very small chunk of more, I'd say carnelian probably. Pretty translucent. Some little fracture lines in there, sadly though. I don't know what it is about our area, but it seems like the more translucent the chalcedony is, the more fracture lines it has. Oh, this is really creamy. Wow. It's, I mean, it's kind of got boring colors, but it's more that really weird, like, nougat looking stuff. Super glassy. I don't know if that's just like flint or just chert in general. I don't really know. But this isn't the first piece of similar stuff I've seen out here. Did you find something? Oh. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's, if I can get it focused, that's pretty nice. That's, you can see on the edge there, conchoidal fracturing. So that's a good sign of quality. Nice chunk of yellow and orange chalcedony. Nice. Good find. There is a fracture kind of running halfway through. But overall looks pretty solid and should be able to cut some nice stuff. Or perhaps just tumble. Nice stuff. Sweet. Just found this. The camera unfortunately closed right as I hit record. And I was bending down to pick this up. But, okay, yeah, we got some translucency in there. Nice little speckles of gray and black in with the orange there. That, ooh, yeah, some more translucent and colorless chalcedony there. That would probably tumble a really nice rock. Yeah, that'd be for the tumbler for sure. Interesting shape too. I kind of like it. Triangular. So Amanda just dug this out of right there. And it doesn't seem super solid. It seems kind of lightweight. But there's some chalcedony like veins in there. So I'm thinking this might cut a really nice slab. Or cabochons perhaps. So I think it's definitely worth keeping just to slice it and see how it looks. Is this something? Yeah, I think that might actually might be pretty nice if I cut that into a cap. Granted, it is pretty thin. But I really like the black and red mixture of colors. Oh, right a foot or two away, tiny chunk of near carnelian. Probably not quite clear enough. Next to that, ooh, yeah, that's got some nicer color to it. A little less clear, but yeah, nice color. It's kind of a little hotbed over here of colorful rocks. There's a lighter orange, but creamier. Nice. Yeah, all shades of orange chalcedony over here. Jaspers and, more rarely, some carnelian. This one looks really nice, but so small. Ooh, the color on that though, and the clarity, oh, that's nice. So some kind of like black skin, probably hematite coating with scarlet right under it, and then yellow orange. I like that piece. If that was a little bigger, that'd be like the find of the day. Either way, yoink. Tiny piece of chalcedony with some like spiderweb veining in there. All right, over here, I'm seeing quite a bit of color. Another tiny chunk of carnelian. Not very translucent though, so it could be more considered jasper. And another one. Nice color on that one. More, wow. Well, folks, if you like small chunks of carnelian and yellow and orange chalcedony, this lot may be the place for you. They're just really small. But hey, they'd be really nice in the tumbler still. This one's a little more neutral color, but I still like it. Sweet. Not bad. One little area. There's probably even more sitting around here too. Piece of... Oh, this is that really weird stuff that I don't know what it is. It's like, it's always gray-brown in the center and really glassy. This one's not super glassy, but it's always this orangish skin, typically. And then just conchoidal, glassy texture in the middle. That one's not too interesting. Right next door, got... chunk of chalcedony with some maroon, but too many fracture lines. It's cool material, but it'll just splinter apart even if you throw it in the tumbler. Alright, that one's pretty nice. I would consider this more jasp agate. It's like a halfway point between jasper and agate, or more technically just, I guess, carnelian. Now this one, Mandy just dug out of the ground, as you can see, and out of sheer morbid curiosity, I think I will keep it because I want to cut it open. These rocks they're very interesting. They're coated. You can see there's like iron concretion on the surface, just hematite or something, and obviously there's some chalcedony in there as well. I'm wondering if farther inside it goes more chalcedony, or maybe there's maybe it'll be jasper with webbing of hematite or something. Either way, it could look really nice on the inside. It's also pretty heavy for its size, so I don't know. I will bag it just to cut it open and satisfy my curiosity. So we have actually been getting a ton of rain this winter, and it's actually really nice because we're seeing just little patches of grass pop up all over the city. And look how fluffy it is. That is so nice. That's something you never see out here in Vegas. Just grass growing by itself, nice and soft, nice and lush. And of course, with this grass, it brings life, like grasshoppers and other insects. And it's just something really nice to see. You probably wouldn't understand it if you didn't grow up in the desert. I don't know. I just like it. Just look at it. Almost carnelian, but not quite clear enough. But another one for the eventual tumbler. All right, this one looks interesting from the surface. Let's see. Wow, that is really glassy. It's more of that really weird gray stuff. Interesting. Some type of chalcedony, I think. I don't know, is flint chalcedony? I gotta look that up. There are so many categories, and they're all quite confusing. Like jasper is chert is chalcedony, flint is, I don't even know. So much to learn. But yeah, I might keep that just out of classification purposes, just to kind of figure out what it is. Now this lot, it's a big rectangle. Well, I would say a kind of a medium rectangle. We'll go check out this little patch, kind of skim through it pretty quick, and then we want to head up the road because the lot actually continues in a skinny form alongside the road over there. Now this is kind of interesting. Some really creamy tan and orange-ish chalcedony. I really do like that. It's so smooth, pretty glassy, pretty fine-grained. I like that. Unfortunately though, there's a crack going through it, but still would work in the tumbler, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Amanda just found this piece. I like the color. Mixture of tan and orangish and red. Backside, you could probably just trim that down. It might make a nice cab, actually. It's got a triangular face there on the surface a bit. Sweet. Alright. More orange chalcedony. Not clear enough to be carnelian, but kind of close. Yoink. Oh, is this something? This might be the biggest. Oh, look at the glassiness on that. It's so smooth. That's a big chunk of creamy, orangish tan chalcedony. I don't know what I would do with it. Oops. But it's pretty nice. Super smooth. And it doesn't look all fractured up. That's pretty awesome. Whoa. What is this? Oh, that's nice. That would probably cut a nice cabochon. You've got some splotching in there of more tan or light orange color with less translucency. And then underneath you have some red. Yeah, I'd be really interested to cut that down. Some crack lines in there, unfortunately. But maybe we can cut a cab out of it. Possibly. I keep wanting to turn and head up that skinny part of the lot, but I keep finding more stuff. This one's probably more for the tumbler as well. Then this one. Ooh, that's quite orange. Yeah, nice big chunk. Almost carnelian, just not quite. So I just dug this out. I don't know if it would really be nice on the inside, but if you can imagine, if it looks like this on the inside, that would make a pretty nice palm stone or cab. There's also some like whitish pink in here. So I think I'll take that just to slice open, just like the other big one. So we've been walking up this skinny part of the lot here that runs up next to Blue Diamond. We're not really seeing anything because this whole area has been leveled by big machinery, and so the rocks have been disturbed. There's probably a lot of rocks here that either are brought in or they're just the really basic kind. Like all these just gray rocks. I don't know exactly what they are, but they are uninteresting and worthless. But I did just find this. Some really deep red, creamy jasper, I guess. Red and orange. Kind of pitted, but yeah, I could probably still cut something out of that. So all in all, this lot has been disturbed too much to really find much out of it, except for this tiny little chunk of light carnelian, very light orange, translucent chalcedony. Yeah, you can see the rest. There's really nothing that's not been leveled. All right, we're just gonna start heading home now, I guess. On the way back down, I did just find this nice little chunk of agate. Orange bands and I guess whitish pink undertone, body color. I don't see any cracks. Nice. Should make an excellent cabochon. It's just thick enough to make one out of. Just found one more piece before we hit the crosswalk here. Nice and orange. Fairly translucent. Hopefully not fractured throughout. Yeah, I would call that carnelian. What do you guys think? Does that qualify? Either way, it's got beautiful color. Heck yeah. See, folks, you don't need to be near a river or a stream to find carnelian. can find it right here in Las Vegas. All right, so final find before we hit the crosswalk. This nice chunk of chalcedony, almost agate, but not quite clear enough. But it is, I mean, it's got multiple, like, yeah, I would call that agate because you can see the bands right there in center screen. I would definitely say that's agate. I don't think all agate needs to be super clear, but that is probably going to cut some, a nice big cabochon, I'd imagine. It doesn't look too fractured, but I could be wrong. We'll see. But nice last find before we hit the crosswalk. All right, everybody, I've got all the rocks cleaned up and I separated them into their own little groups here. I don't know how that rock got way over there, but anyway, in the back, these are the ones that I just picked up sheerly out of curiosity, not because they look nice on the outside, but rather because I think they may cut something pretty interesting on the inside. I just really want to see what they look like. So I will be slicing those open in a future video. And down here on the bottom left, we have the jasp agates. They're jaspers, but they have some level of translucency to them. So they're kind of like a halfway point between just like kind of clear or plain chalcedony and jasper, or agate and jasper. So you see we've got a little tiny bit of carnelian here, this really orange, pretty translucent piece here. See if we can see that on the camera. Yeah, it's, I don't know if that could be called carnelian, but it is vaguely translucent, and it's quite orange. I really like that piece. I just wish it was bigger. We have another piece here, similar, a little bit less transparent, more opaque. So this is a really nice group. I like this one because it's like a, you know, just a mix between white or like clear and like a reddish. So that's pretty cool. Little jasp agate. Another chunk of, I would call that carnelian. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So yeah, most or all of the really orangish pieces of carnelian or close to carnelian material were pretty small, unfortunately, in that lot. Here's another one that's not quite as gemmy, but it is still a little bit translucent. But yeah, they're mostly small pieces over there. I was impressed with the colors. Like that lot has much more orangish colors, and yeah, more orange than, you know, reds and browns and stuff. But anyway, here's a interesting little kind of like, I don't know, like a purplish red jasp agate. Pretty nice. This one has really awesome colors, like color zoning, and there's kind of quartz in the middle. Actually, you can see a little bit of sparkle there. There's some druzy and just some clear chalcedony in there. So there's red and yellow and purple on the back, purplish, and really nice dark spot there. But unfortunately, as you can see, it's very fractured. And so if I were to try to cut this into slabs, I don't think it will work very well, but I do want to try slicing it, because I think this rock may be a little bit too big for tumbling, but I'm not sure. Then we've got another little piece of jasp agate here, orange, and some darker orange, reddish stuff. Ooh, this one's kind of nice. This one's a bit more translucent. A little bit. And this one actually has really nice colors as well. It's got some pretty bold yellows in there, some red. You can see right there on the tip, there's some really awesome mixing of colors. Some bright red, dark red, yellow. On the back is decent, but unfortunately, this one also seems pretty fractured, which really sucks because that is some really bright yellow up at the top. But I don't know, I might still be able to cut it into something. I'm not too sure, but really gorgeous colors in that one. Oh, this one, this piece right here, very nice. It's pretty translucent. You can see the light coming through the edge there. Really yellow color, some red in there, and it looks very solid. I don't see any cracks in it. There's some sort of concretion on the back, which I will be having to grind off. But that, I think I'll definitely cut that. Try to make like just a long cabochon, or maybe even learn how to facet. I feel like that'd be an excellent facet piece right there. But yeah, that's, I just wish this piece was much bigger because it is excellent quality. And that I would probably consider carnelian as well. yellow and orange. What else do we have here? Just insignificant piece of jaspagate. Another one. This one's kind of like pale orange. Oh, this one is... Check this out. Look at that. There's pink in there. Right there is pink. And then yellow right over here. And then orange on top. It's like a slice of bacon. Colorful bacon. On the back, quite nice as well. You can see that pink tone in there. Unfortunately, as well, for this one, you can see a crack going straight through the middle there. Really upsetting, because that is some beautiful agate right there. It's very translucent. You can see straight through. Oops, come on, focus. You can see straight through that thing. That is beautiful. I just wish it was more solid. I don't know what it is about Vegas, and I don't know if it's just the area I'm in or what, but almost every piece of agate is just fractured like crazy, or jasp agate or whatever. Like this piece, if this was solid and not cracked all the way through, oh, it'd be so beautiful. I mean, look at that yellow zoning up there. Yellow and bright red and orange. Oh, man. But anyway, there is hope yet, because check this piece out. This is my favorite piece I found. Not so much just because of the color. Like this other piece that I just showed you has better color, but this one is very high quality. There is a crack running through, but honestly, that's thick enough for me to cut it right there, to slice it, and still make a cabochon out of each side. And it's a jasp agate with decent amount of translucency, not a ton. You can see the light going through though. And it's got a yellow body tone, and if you look, there's actually a little area where it's kind of chipped over there, and you can see the red in there. That red comes through really strong. Just yeah, it's like a orangish, bright orangish red. Seems super high quality, and the yellow is awesome in this piece. So this one I have the highest hope for. Definitely going to cut that into hopefully a couple cabochons. Got to slice it through there first. But yeah, I mean, just look at the red speckles going through that. Pretty awesome. And then, can't forget this last group. Oh yeah, actually I didn't go to this group either. This is just the Jasper group. Just, you know, some reds and, yeah, like here's a creamy piece. Like a beige and red, or pinkish. Just, you know, mostly red jaspers and orangish. There's another one with some druzy in there, actually. Kind of cool. Not too many like dark red jaspers. Here's another interesting jasper. Probably would, you know, just be best tumbled. A couple of these are more closer to jasp agate, actually, like that. That's definitely got a little bit of translucency to it. Not quite enough to be carnelian, but still. I'll put that in the jasp agate group. Oh yeah, this piece is kind of cool. You can see there's just, I guess, iron concretion in there with the jasper vein. But anyway, the last group, oh, that's a pretty nice jasper, actually. Nice dark red. Some translucency there. That lot has a lot more translucent material. Like this beautiful piece. But anyway, last group here is what I believe is flint. Now these pieces are really, really glassy, smooth, and they have much more like cleaner and more obvious conchoidal fracturing, which I do believe makes them flint. I looked it up just before, and these are flint. Pretty sure. I mean, if you look closely, you see that chip on the edge there. Focus, grasshopper. If I can get that chip to focus, there we go. You can see, I think anyway, the conchoidal fracturing pretty obviously. Now this one's a gray body tone, and you can just see how shiny it is on the fractures. So that's pretty cool. And then this one is more of a orangish brown to beige flint. More conchoidal fracturing right there. That's a pretty nice piece. I like it. Very smooth. It's crazy actually how gemmy it is. And then you have a like a beige to cream colored piece of flint as well. kind of cool. And then more like gray body tone. And the last one is also a grayish body tone flint. Anyway, that's about everything. Yeah, hope you all enjoyed this first episode of Rockhounding Vegas, and next video is going to be us going to my favorite place so far anyway in Nevada to visit. It's going to be an awesome video, so I hope you join me again. Thanks for watching.